churning tide, turning sun, burning wave crash, cookie tossing, snaking, quaking, booty shaking, scrolling, controlling, rock and rolling. Strap on that seahorse and ride.
Welcome to Remember 64, where this week we're revving our watercraft engines. Welcome to the show, everyone. This is Remember 64. Whether it is your first time listening or you're a returning listener or viewer of the show, welcome once again. My name is David Petrangelo, and I love me some racing, but man, if I could just win a race once in a while, that'd be kind of nice. Oh, a pretty dolphin. Hello, Miss Dolphin. I think I'm just going to chill with you for a little while. Oh, and the soothing sounds of the dolphin squeals, the intro race lady. Is this what heaven feels like? And of course, Jiggylookback is here with me.
Oh yeah, we're racing on some waves, max power, crossing the finish line with that 3D modeled booty. Let's do it.
Gotta love the 3D modeled booties. And of course, we have a special guest with us. I have been on their podcast, I think a couple of times, at least once, maybe a couple of times. If memory serves me correctly. Aaron from Super Pod Saga is here to talk about Wave Race 64. Aaron, welcome to the show.
Hello, I'm going to quote my favorite part from Wave Race 64. Okay. Yeah,
that is there's some pretty cool, interesting, and goofy sounds coming from this game. That is definitely something we're gonna be visiting in the next few minutes for sure. Aaron, before we jump into talking about Wave Race and why you brought the game to our attention to have it as one of the games that you wanted to play as well, but let's talk a little bit about your show. Let's talk a little about Super Pod Saga and what's been happening lately.
right on. Well, yeah, Super Pod Saga. It's just me now. I think the last time you were on, Tommy was still with us, but he left. He left recently, but yeah, it's just me, and I invite some guests on every episode, and each episode is a different video game topic that we decide to talk about. I'll let the guests decide, and yeah, we cover all sorts of different stuff from, I think, was it Dave? You've been on to talk about indie hidden gems
Yes,
and
that's
favorite
right.
video game locations.
Yes.
And we've done episodes on like the sixth generation consoles, or like our favorite video game weapons and stuff like that. Just a different topic every time. You never know what to expect. It's on everything. Just look up Super Pod Saga and you'll find it. And it was
I
very
did. It was super easy, and I just followed.
well. Thank you, Jiggy. And yeah,
just like that.
It's very it's very laid back, casual. I don't have a script or anything. We just go all off the cuff and just have fun, talk about cool games that we like and why we like them, and goofy fun ad breaks toward the middle where we just make up goofy random garbage, and then that's it. That's the show. Super Pod Saga.
It is a great time to record and a great listen. I can attest to that for sure. So yeah, definitely check it out. It's really fun, man. Like you and Tommy, and then yourself, like you guys together, and you solo. It's awesome. It's just fun. Like, it's just fun. That's the best way I could. I'm not good with words. Sorry, people, but it's just fun. It's a good time. So check it out. So I want to go back to you before we get into some of the breaking down the details of the game and stuff like that. But what is it about Wave Race 64 for you that it was one of the games, when we've chatted over time, that this is one that, you know, I want to put my hand up for talking about it. What about Wave Race 64 like hits for you back then and maybe even now?
What's I played a little bit of this game at my cousin's house a long time ago. I don't remember a whole lot about whether or not I actually played it or not, but I know that they had it, and I played it a little bit, but mostly I watched them play it. and I've been pretty interested in it lately because it's just one of those series that Nintendo just abandoned. I think with the GameCube, I think the last one we got was on the GameCube.
Yeah.
It was like Blue Storm or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
And it's just like a water, yeah, an on water or water based, whatever you want to call it, racing game. Just seems so cool, and it'd be so rad to have another wave race again. And this one on the 64, despite being on the 64, still looks really, really good. Like the character models look really awesome. The water looks great. The dolphins and sharks and the seagulls. I couldn't think of what a seagull was called for a minute. Everything
It's
just
a flying
flying
shark.
around.
It's a flying shark, really, is what it is. Yeah.
Yeah, and it's just such a beautiful game. Like,
Yeah.
it's just so fun to play. I'll get into how badly I suck at the game in a little bit, but it's an awesome game.
Nice. I want to make sure that I cue this up because I want to talk a little bit about the game being made and sort of how it came to be, because there is a little bit of like sort of love for this game because of the way it looks and the way it plays and the technology that they use in order to like make the waves and the graphics and stuff so early on in this in the life cycle of the console. So as always, let's bust out the history books, everyone.
I'm learning.
We're going back to the early days of the Nintendo 64, November of 1996. This is, depending on where you look it up, and depending on where you might have lived, I believe, it is either the third or fourth release for the console in North America. So it is very early. It is essentially a launch title, because the console had a launch window, I would say, with games, and this was within that first couple of months of when it hit North America. So, yeah, this is essentially a launch title, but it was led by, the development of the game was led by, here I am mispronouncing Japanese names, Shinya Takahashi.
That's pretty good. That's
Not
probably
bad.
right.
Probably one of the easier names. So
You could be a native
Yeah.
speaker. Sounded good.
Didn't you know? I was just hiding my talents. Oh wow, this is me sucking at this race right now. Terrible.
That's pretty bad.
Yeah, you know what this was? So if anyone's watching the YouTube version, I think this was me playing around with like how the steering works and stuff, which we'll get into. And then I quickly realized after this one race, which is the first and easiest, I definitely can't race in whatever setting I chose. So that's my excuse, at least for this. Okay, so it was led by Takahashi, who was at Nintendo since 1989. So he'd been there for a very long time in NES and SNES days and everything. He's one of the people that is credited in Nintendo from being able to bring the company from 2D to 3D. So he's like a major player in Nintendo being able to just make anything for the 64 and develop the technology. So big name in the company. From what I could tell, he still works there or just very recently stopped working there. So this guy's been with the company for 40 years, which is just insane. But hey, man, you work for Nintendo. I'm sure everyone wants to work there for 40 years. So I'm all for it, right?
Oh yeah, for sure.
Yeah. So the game came about. Oh, there we go. I just restarted. So I was like, fuck this. Terrible. Okay, so while experimenting with the Nintendo 64 Silicon graphics technology, a tech demo was made, and piqued the curiosity of the team. And they just said, this is according to an interview with Time. I found it at time.com back in like 2010, I think it was. They said, we want to, quote, make something fun of it. So whatever that demo was, which was a racing game with water involved, they wanted to make something fun of it. So that's it. That's what made Wave Race, everybody. Make something fun.
Cool. Make something fun of it.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
Did you know that? And you might have. Were you done? Let me ask you that first.
Are you done yet?
Because there's a fun fact after that.
Please do. Yeah.
Because they were, I believe they originally had boats, like high-speed boats, and that's what they were doing. And then Tim Stamper from Rare said it would be cooler if you had jet skis.
No,
like whether that's a passing comment or whatever, he's like, do jet skis. And that's what they did.
Jet skis.
and it's from Rare too, which obviously was very intertwined with Nintendo, for multiple reasons and games and stuff like that. But the fact that it wasn't like Miyamoto that was like, you know what, I like jet skis, let's use that. That's something fun. It's like, no, this guy, Stamper was the guy that did it, and I think boats could have been cool, but immediately when I read that too, I was like, if you guys ever played Hydro Thunder,
that's what I was gonna say.
That's what it reminded me of.
Is this the first racing game on water, or because I know Hydro Thunder came out in like '99 or something like that.
It's after
so
this,
that
yeah.
So
I don't.
There's a wave race before this.
Yeah, I mean, there's other ones that are kind of like, yeah, okay. I was gonna mention that too. I don't know that it's the first that's like on water, because there'd probably be some sort of boat racer or something, even for like Genesis or there must be something like that. But for 3D, gotta be. As far as I can tell, it's got to be the first one. But yeah, the one before this, which I never realized, honestly, until I think a couple years ago, that this was like a sequel. I had no idea there was another wave race growing up. No idea.
On the Game Boy of all things. What the hell?
On the Game Boy.
Yep.
I got it right
92.
here. Look at that.
Wait.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah. So this is my little emulator device. I had it on there. I had a bunch of like Game Boy games like preloaded on it. And that was one of them. And I played it a little bit, actually. It was pretty good. It wasn't amazing or anything, but it's sort of, top down, and you just have like the jet skis that kind of honestly just look like little speedboats kind of thing, and you're just on a track. Have you played it, Jiggy, or have you seen it?
No, I've seen it though. Yeah, I've seen that it's top down. It's kind of like I'm trying to think what the Mini Racers game is.
Micro Machines. You ever play Micro Machines for NES?
Yeah.
That's what it reminds me of.
That's what it reminds me of.
They're
very similar.
Wasn't there also? No, I don't think it was a racing game. Wasn't there another game with boats that Rare made? It was on the Rare Replay, I think. But now that I think about it, I don't think it was a racing game though. I think it was just like a combat game.
Oh, Rare Replay. Rare Replay.
I can do this.
Okay, go. I'm gonna look it up while you try and remember it. Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe you're talking about Blast Core with vehicles.
No, it's not. It's not Blast Core for sure.
Rare Replay.
Also, a game that people should check out now that it's on Switch. Blast Core is not perfect, but it's interesting and an early one.
Cobra Triangle.
Cobra Triangle. Yeah. Okay. Yep.
Oh.
Yeah. 89.
Even older. That's on Rare Replay.
Yeah, it is. Yep. Wow,
I didn't know that. Actually.
I didn't know it was either. I just looked it up too. I don't think I've ever played that.
I don't have Rare Replay because I don't have an Xbox, which sucks.
I do. It's awesome.
Wikipedia says it's racing, so it's racing. Thanks, Wikipedia.
Thanks, Wiki.
Yeah.
Hey, that game rocks. Actually, that's a pretty good.
Okay, game. I gotta try that then. That's awesome. I gotta try that.
Like Twisted Metal, but on water.
Oh shit, that sounds great. That's awesome. Okay, so lastly, what I wrote down as far as what the as far as like making, because the waves in this and how the waves look and how they react and all those types of things, I think is like, especially the way they look, is something that was new at the time. They basically started making it available in 3D for this game, because you had to obviously code it differently and program it differently than you would for 2D. It's called alpha blending. I don't know much about coding or really what that means, but alpha blending apparently is the process of combining an image with a background to create the appearance of full transparency. So basically they would, with the waves, what they would do is they would go between no transparency and alpha blending and sort of put those two together on top of each other in like motion. And that's how it made the waves look either transparent or, I guess not transparent or opaque or whatever you want to call it. So I think whatever they did, however it works, to me it looks great. I think the waves and stuff, they still look awesome. So
and the way the background reflects off of the surface of the water too, man, that's so, and you can see like the fish kind of like swimming toward, they like swim toward the surface of the water too, man. That's so rad for the N64.
It's ahead of its time. Like other games maybe would have had a chance to do that, or at least try to, or whatever. This was like before they even knew what the fuck they were doing with this console. You know what I mean? Like
game 3, baby.
Game number 3.
Yeah, game number 3. It's amazing. Yeah, so that's pretty cool that they were able to kind of do that and stuff. But let's get into the game itself. Let's talk about the gameplay. And Jiggy, I'm going to
Yeah.
start with you because I asked Aaron sort of his experience with it. But did you have past experience with this before we started playing it again? And what'd you think?
I did not have any past
Oh,
experience with this. This is like one of those. This
blind
is
spot.
strange. I've always had opportunity to play this game. Always. Never. Never have. It like anytime it's anywhere, it's like, well, I'm there. I think the problem is I was I'm a bit younger. I got into the N64 in '99, so at that point I already had my first game was Donkey Kong 64. People know this.
Yep.
And then we had Diddy Kong Racing, we had Mario Kart, we had all those. Why would I go to Wave Race when I could do hovercrafts in Diddy Kong Racing? But
True.
it's one of those. It's always been there, and I've always been curious about it.
Mhm.
So I'm happy to say that I got to play it, and it was fun. I had fun. It was cool. I love the waves. It actually the game that pops into my head when I play this game, because if this doesn't show you that I'm a bit younger, is Crash Bandicoot Warped.
Oh,
Crash
okay.
Bandicoot 3, because there's a jet ski gameplay in that
Oh
game.
yeah.
Oh,
I
And
gotta look that up real quick.
that's all I could think of the entire time. I'm like, this is exactly like Crash Bandicoot Warped, which is funny because when I played Crash Bandicoot Warped, I had the back thought that I'm like, this is probably
That's
what
right.
Wave Race is like just the whole game.
Nice.
And it was.
So you did you play it on Switch or where did you end up playing it this
I
time?
did play it on Switch
Yeah.
this time.
Yeah.
Yep.
What it's available on there. I played some of my gameplay of it on there as well. The recording that I'm having running while we're recording, and that's on the YouTube version of this episode, is me playing it on the 64, so it doesn't look quite as sharp. I think that they've done a pretty decent job of sharpening things up on the Switch Online one, so I do think that they look pretty good. The colors pop a little bit more and stuff. How did it feel? Like how did it control in your mind since you hadn't played it previously?
Well, since I used the N64 Switch Online controller, I imagine it's probably pretty similar to what you experienced.
Right.
I personally, I was having a hard time really wrapping my head around like doing flips and stuff at first,
Oh yeah, me too.
because it's almost like you have to angle yourself down or up and like get momentum and then kind of flip into it with the joystick. It's different because you almost feel in other games you would go off the ramp
I'll be right back.
and you'd
Keep
hold,
talking.
okay. You hold down on the joystick and it would like slowly like backflip or something.
Yeah, I had
But
to
this
I
is
had to
like
look these up. I had no
it's
idea
almost
how to
like
do
you have to
them.
whip it. Like you have to whip it.
Whip it
like you go down
good.
and then
Yeah.
up, down and up, and then
Down and up. Whip it good.
I don't know what else you could do, but I got really good at backflips, so I backflip
Really? Okay.
all the time.
I
Oh
had
yeah.
I had a hard time with the tricks. When I was racing, I wasn't really, concentrating
Oh yeah,
on
when
that,
you're
but
racing, it's like forget about it. It's
yeah,
only if it's convenient, which it
yeah,
rarely is. I
rarely
found
is, and yeah,
riding the waves was cool though. Like every once in a while you get a wave that like comes with you, like it pushes with
yeah,
you.
yeah.
And if you kind of maneuver your craft just right, you can sit on the top of it and ride it in and it gives you like a speed boost.
It's
That was cool.
it is cool. I think they somehow they were able to really like make the reaction that your craft or your racer has with the waves. I think sometimes it feels like it maybe makes you like move around a little too sharply sometimes, but I think that's also like, well, you just have to know how to react to those waves. Like that's just part of how the game feels, part of the gameplay. It's not, I wouldn't say it's necessarily a fault of the game, but I did actually like the levels that were like the one what was it called? I should have them all pulled up, but it's the one that we had up on the video a minute ago where you're sort of like in the swamp area and stuff.
Oh
Oh
yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
That one I think looks really great to start, but also like I kind of like that there aren't like a lot of waves bumping me around. But then you go to these levels, like this one, which is like the fortress or something like that, and it's just,
Yeah, this one can lick my sack. I hate this fucking stage
dude, it's chaos.
with the boxes and shit.
Yeah,
Or maybe that was the
Oh
one
man.
before, but the one with the boxes fucked me up.
yeah. There's a couple of them with the boxes, and the one, and then you like there's shortcuts and stuff like that. I think that for me, I like the way that you do have to take the waves into account. They're not just there for show, kind of thing,
Right.
right? So like if we're talking about like the older versions of a game like this, waves are there, but they're like, for example, the Game Boy one, if there's a wave, there's like these arrows that point across the
Game Boy.
screen, and it basically just pushes you left or right or back or forward a little bit, and that's kind of it. And I understand that's just the limitations of a Game Boy, but with this, like a huge wave is coming, you have to like prepare for it because it could launch you over something, for example, that will give you a little bit of like a shortcut, or it could totally screw you up and you could like run into a wall, or you can angle your craft the wrong way or whatever. And it's like, you gotta pay attention. It's not just press A or hold on to A and just go. So, Aaron, what do you think, man? How'd you feel sort of picking it back up?
It's weird, man. So like, I'm a pretty big fan of kart racers, like
Yeah.
Diddy Kong Racing, of course Mario Kart, Sonic and All Stars Racing Transformed. For anybody who's ever played that before, that was really
yeah.
fucking good. But yeah, coming from those to this was really fucking difficult because, like, I guess some of those games do have little water sections, but not
Mhm.
nearly as like I don't want to say like complex, but like not nearly as
They're not
real,
yeah,
like
real
realistic
and,
as this.
intense,
Yeah,
unwieldy sometimes, I
there we
feel.
go. Unwieldy is a good fucking example because like yeah, my first race on that first track, just that stupid oval.
Yeah.
I couldn't. I was like, okay, I'll try to do a power slide around that that corner, easy peasy. But of course, you're on a jet ski on water. There's no there's no power slides. There's no drifting,
There's no
dude.
drifting. Yeah.
It
Mm-hmm.
yeah, you just hit R
There's
once to do
turn
like the
or
glide.
don't turn.
Yeah. Turn
Yeah,
to turn or not
exactly.
to turn.
Yeah, it was hard to kind of like what Jiggy said. It was hard to like wrap your mind around like uh racing on water as opposed to like land. But like once you do kind of get a grip of how the jet ski handles, maybe like when you tweak your settings a little bit too, like make it the handling a little bit tighter and make it more like front end heavy or whatever. But yeah, once you get like the handle of that, it's actually pretty fun. Like a
Yeah.
lot pretty fun. It's really fun. It's awesome.
Did you tweak your craft settings a particular way and just get used to that, or were you kind of like jumping around with stuff?
I jumped around a lot
Yeah.
when I first tried trying to get used to the game. I did jump around a lot. Uh, don't ever turn the handling like all the way up to light because that sucks.
Oh my
Like
God,
the sharpest little turn and you do like a fucking
that's what was screwing me
780.
up. Yeah, because I was playing on like, I don't know, like normal, I think, right? Which is not easy to play. Like it's hard.
Yeah.
The normal difficulty is very, very hard to win a race. And I turned it up because I was like, I kind of screwed up in a couple turns. I think I made it like even like 2 notches higher than what I had like previously. And I was hitting walls. I was fucking making.
Yeah.
I was just like, what just happened? Like I couldn't
Yeah.
do it. I couldn't do it. I had to go back.
Yeah, make it a little heavier. I forget what I think the third stat had something to do with like boost or something else. I forget what that was.
Yeah.
And
Yeah,
then
it was like
the
dash and
There's
something.
weight. Yeah, there's weight. There's oh man. I should just go in this video and just check. Guys, I am so prepared that I know exactly what it is. Here, let's see.
Flash.
Where is it? Where
I
is
think
it?
it's like boost or
Oh,
front
there you go.
end.
Handling,
And then
engine, and
here we
grip.
go.
Yeah.
Dash and top end. I
Yeah.
don't get what the dash part means though. Is that like acceleration or like
I think
is
that's what
that
it is. Yeah. So I think if you go to dash, it's more the acceleration. If you go to top end, it's your top speed. That's how I think that is the case because I think I went a little bit more to top end because as long as you're hitting all the checkpoints,
Yeah.
that extra couple of miles or kilometers per hour on certain races, especially ones that don't have tons of waves, I think felt like it made an actual difference. Like I felt like it was actually going faster. The other ones, what is it, grip or handling? I can't remember which one of those where
I made that tight.
yeah, that's the one that completely screwed up my steering. It was
I
a
think so.
disaster. I
Yeah, 'cause
couldn't do it.
I think yeah, that's gonna be the one I fucked up as well too. Because like if you go too loose, like the slightest turn, just sends you in a whirlpool. Yeah, man, it sucks.
Yeah.
Don't ever do that.
Yeah, I think I played a couple races with normal just because just to try it with the. It seemed fine. Like it's not like you're at a disadvantage necessarily. I think a lot of it is I think the easy difficulty or like the opening championship thing. A lot of it for me felt like this is where you can kind of get used to what you want to use, and then once you get to the normal one, I got my ass whooped constantly. It was so hard. I don't know. Jiggy, did you get that far? Did you play into like the other difficulties?
No.
Good.
No, absolutely not.
Good.
Yeah, I've decided after
better.
our Earthworm Jim 3D experience, I wanted to take things easy from now on. And that's gone through even to my normal. So not to divert from this game, but I borrowed Super Mario RPG from my little brother.
Nice.
For the Switch remake. I'm super excited. And there's the breezy mode and normal mode, and like I would always pick normal mode for everything, but I picked breezy, and I'm really enjoying it.
Nice. That's good, man. Hey, who cares?
Yeah.
You're having fun, right?
Yeah, exactly.
That's it.
Exactly. You're having fun. Who fucking cares,
Earthworm
dude?
Jim 3D made me want to play games easy for a while.
Aaron, please avoid that game. It will break you.
I've played it and it's garbage. Yeah.
Yeah. We have an episode on that, and I think there was stuff that we were like, oh, this is all right, but for the most part, it was like, son of a bitch.
It sucks. It's one of those games you see the glimpse of it could be good, it could be fun, but it's just they just fail on everything basically.
Yep.
Yeah, it just does not come together in a decent package. So I wanted to make sure that we covered some of the music and the sound. I want to for sure.
God,
you know what I'll do
soundtrack.
is I'm gonna start with, because I'm already on it, I'm gonna start with how the races start, and let me know if you guys can hear this, but I think you'll be able to.
Let's do it.
Oh no, come on,
Not
sound. Sound. Why isn't it working? That's weird. It should work.
No.
All I can think of is Mario Kart music, so I'll fill it in. Dun, 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 dun. Dun, 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 dun. Dun, 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 dun.
Why isn't it working? That's so strange. Shit.
Oh god, it's stuck in my head now.
Well,
First time somebody's joined me in my little singing moments.
Dude, I do that shit all the time on my show. So
perfect.
Look, come on, Super Pod Saga sometime. We'll doodly doodle along, dude.
Let's doodly do it.
Oh my god. Of course.
Oh man.
Okay, I forget a fun fact.
Please do.
What's up?
A fun fact, when this game was re-released on the Wii Virtual Console, the licensing for the Kawasaki stuff was up. So all the advertisements and Kawasaki related stuff was replaced with Wii, Nintendo DS, N64, like posters and banners and stuff. Just a fun little fact.
Just
because
I guess because they would have
cool.
had to, right? That's yeah.
Did they?
Yeah.
Do you think they had to get it like renewed for the Switch online thing, or is it?
Renewed for Wii U, so I'm assuming that just like transferred over.
Oh, is it on Switch? I didn't even realize if it was. Okay.
It is on Switch. Yeah, it's all Kawasaki.
Yeah.
So they must have just signed for 20 years or whatever it is. Or 30 years. Wii U's older than I probably realize.
Rip to a real one.
Yeah,
Love that fucking thing, dude.
Yeah, Jesus. Oh man, I am insanely disappointed the sound is not working. Well, you know what? The sound is really great, and instead what I'm going to do is I'm going to insert the music right here. Guys, wasn't that beautiful?
Wow, it was so
was
beautiful.
Wasn't that beautiful,
Totally
guys?
heard it. It was great.
It was so great.
I really love the really stupid ones that I love are the third and fourth goal ones, for like when you finish a race in like third or fourth place. They're so chill, and then like they're just so good.
Like, so it's so funny because the guy that's commenting is like, "Oh, you're in second. You're 10 seconds behind. You're 3 seconds ahead or whatever." And then when you come in like third or fourth, he just goes, "Try harder," or
Not even close.
"Oh, too bad." Or like he like insults you. He just goes from being, like you said, he goes from being like kind of friendly and like encouraging to, "What the hell is wrong with you? Race better." Essentially.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
Okay.
Going zipping through checkpoint after checkpoint on the fortress place, dude. Oh my
Yeah, no
god.
kidding.
Oh yeah, that's
Trying
right.
to
When you
rip
go
my
through the
hair out.
Okay. Good luck. You left everybody behind.
Max power.
Yeah. Also, then like you hear the engine rev too, just
Yeah, dude.
You feel it. You feel the power.
It's
You think
it's definitely I think it definitely enhances the game though. Like I do think that the the music and the sound effects and stuff are pretty good. I do appreciate that they kind of made sure that that was a good solid part of the game. You know, it's not this massive soundtrack. It's not like you have a million different sounds or whatever, but like they could have easily just done wave noises and the engine's very basic and then just called it a day. Because that's kind of what a lot of stuff at that time was doing anyways, right? So yeah,
you could have licenses that like holy shit, licensed it out and made had like all Rob Zombie all the time on this fucker, like they did with Twisted Metal 4 or some shit. Instead, yeah, Nintendo was like, no, dude, they fucking ba 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 with a sick fucking soundtrack for this, and even like Blue Storm, but they did a really fucking awesome job on these games and the soundtrack. Like, bring it back.
I know.
I'll fucking choke whoever I need to get this goddamn series back, dude. It's so fun. Yeah.
I'm gonna try this sound and see if it works.
Okay. No.
No?
Dragula.
Come on.
Tearing through the ditches. Could you imagine like ripping through these fucking checkpoints? Dragula.
That would be amazing. There's only one perfect band for this though, and it's Nickelback.
Oh god.
Oh man.
Don't drag
this photograph.
Don't drag the Canadian embarrassments into this.
Creed.
Please,
some Creed going, can you take me higher?
The effort of having that band, like having an actual band, and they make their lyrics like they change them up so that they're related to what's happening in the game. So it's about jet skis or something, right? It's like, can you rev me higher?
Look at this jet
over
ski.
waves where shorelines are. Something like that. I don't know.
Oh my god. Never made it as a jet ski. Couldn't cut it as a jet ski. Then this is how you jet ski. Holy fuck. Cut that part out. No, leave it in. Fuck it, I don't care.
Are you kidding? There's no way that's not staying in.
It's gotta stay.
It is. You know what? Actually, I think I found the new theme song for the entire show.
Jet ski.
Oh, it's perfect.
It's like that one episode of Futurama with the sex bots or whatever. It's like, hello there, Philip J. Fry. with jet skis.
Oh man, I'm so disappointed
Oh,
I couldn't
man.
play it. I thought we could all just jam out. But you know what? I appreciated the renditions, gentlemen. I think that that was beautiful. I think so. Jiggy, we talked a little bit about Aaron stepped away for 2 seconds. We talked a little bit about doing some of the tricks in this game, because the racing is one thing, but there is a sort of, you know, stunt mode that you can play. And
Look at that trick.
Man, I
Put your arm out.
suck at doing these.
Me too.
Could not figure it out. I looked them up and I still couldn't pull them off.
That one, that
Go
one
ahead.
trick that just happened on stream where she just like stuck her arm out like that. Is that
Yeah.
really a trick?
I think so.
It just
Just like
happens.
you're just signaling a turn, bro. Like that's
Like,
not a
woo! No hands. I can ride my jet ski with no handlebars. No handlebars.
fuck.
except
Oh,
with one
man.
hand on the handlebars. Like
Because otherwise you'd just be flying the fuck off. Like
Yeah.
one big wave and you're toasted.
that has happened to me before in the game where I've hit a huge wave, like going too fast. And maybe I was pressing forward because you can kind of like lean forward a little bit, I noticed. I don't know if it does anything to your speed. And then the racer just falls right off the jet ski. I was like, shit.
Oh yeah.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
He's just drunk as
Oh,
fuck.
yeah.
It's all the Coors lights.
All the what else would be a sponsor for this? That would be a Sapporo maybe because of all the
Clamato or Clamato.
Clamato.
The clam juice fucking tomato beer garbage that people like
Oh.
for whatever reason.
Yeah, man, that's the Canadian it's a Caesar. That's what you got right there. That's what that is.
Caesar.
Yeah, man.
Oh my god.
That's what
That-
That says
I do not like them at all. I think they're gross, but people
that
love them. I don't know why.
nothing says Kawasaki or Day on the Beach like a fucking Caesar or Clamato or whatever.
Tomato and clam juice. Yeah.
Yeah, dude. Nothing. Oh,
disgusting.
gross.
On a really hot, humid day, just
Ugh.
clam juice and tomato, and
Buh,
I
dude.
think it's vodka.
I think so.
Ugh, no, I'm not. I am
Yeah.
not for that at all. Oh,
Whoa, look at that. Oh.
I almost did a trick, but instead I hit a pillar. Yeah, I couldn't figure out the tricks. I think the stunt mode thing I tried. You go through rings to get a couple rings. You go off a couple jumps to get some more points and stuff. But I found it a little too tough to pull them off, and I was like, I'd rather just race, honestly, at the end of the day.
Mhm.
So, yeah, like. I think the levels. I don't know if you guys had favorite levels. Do you guys have any favorites? Any particular ones? Even if you don't know the name offhand, but
I really like this one, this like swamp one. That one's cool.
yeah.
But I will say I had a least favorite, and it wasn't the one that's like got the cranes and stuff. It was like track. I want to say it was track number 2 or 3. I can't remember. It's like it was almost just an oval, but you'd have to be really tight around the corners, or you'd go flying out of the buoys. Like it just kept happening to me, and it was really annoying.
Oh yeah, this one was kind of cool too. The Twilight City one, where it's like
Twilight City.
Yeah, that one's cool.
it looks cool. Like it looks interesting, right? It's almost like you're racing through like a cyberpunk type of thing. You're just
Yeah.
I don't know. It looked interesting.
Oh, that's cool.
yeah,
That like city with the spotlights on it.
yeah.
I liked the first 2, I think. Like the swamp one and like the very beginning one are
Yeah.
really, really cool. They have
Yeah.
all those cool little set pieces and shit. Like the animals and the dolphins and shit jumping around and the cool
Mhm.
reflections on the water. I fucking cannot stand the one with the boxes in the water. Fuck those boxes and whoever
I
dropped them
know.
there. And the fortress one, because they have like that. I think that one has like the little spiky mines in the
Mines,
water.
yeah.
That you can
Why-
hit. Yeah,
Why are mines popping up? Why are mines on these racetracks? What?
right.
Why is
What
that a
difficulty
thing?
were you in?
That happens in the normal difficulty. They throw
Yeah.
them in.
So
yeah.
if you do easy breezy, you don't have to deal with any mines. It's great.
It's great.
You don't have to worry about dying.
Yeah.
I thought they would
Jet-
explode. I was a little disappointed they actually didn't
Jet skiing
explode.
is hard
but
enough.
It is.
You don't gotta add mines to the mix.
Yeah.
That's true, dude. Can you imagine the movie Death Race, but with jet skis? That'd be cool.
that
would
that
be
is
cool.
the
Man, this
that is the hard difficulty in this game is Death Race.
there's snipers just chilling up there. This track is really, really cool, dude.
It
Yeah,
is.
this is
I like
a
this
really
one.
good track.
Yeah, this one looks really. It looks a lot different than the rest because I think technically it's supposed to be outside, but it's all at nighttime, which I don't know that any other ones are. There's multiple ramps, and like you said, Aaron, like the set pieces is what's cool about these because there's multiple
Yeah.
points where like things are happening around you that changes from the lap before, and I love when games do that just in general. It also like lets you replay a level so you know when that thing's coming because it could be a shortcut or something like that. And and this level kind of feels that way a little bit, which is fun. So, yeah, this one's fun.
That'd be cool if they.
I don't know.
It'd be a cool idea for if they did bring the series back. Make it like, did you guys ever play either like Split Second, or I think Jiggy said you played Sonic and All Stars
Oh,
Racing
yeah.
Transformed or whatever.
That's
Like
a good
with that one, I think it's like each lap the track kind of changes a little bit. That'd be cool if they would bring back Wave Race and kind of do that. Like each lap, you maybe something like in fucking Split Second.
Mhm.
You can blow up parts of the track and it affects like the rest of the race. Like
Oh,
you can cause
yeah.
a skyscraper to like close off one road, so you have to go this way, or like that'd be a cool thing to do with jet skis, you know? Man.
I know, because you could just like move the buoys or something. Like you can just kind of move things
Yeah.
around a little bit, or have like a ramp that was underwater before and the water lowers, and now you got a ramp there. You know, like something like that would be kind of cool. Yeah.
One thing
Yeah,
I
or
always
like
liked, if you ever played another Sonic game, different Sonic game, Sonic Riders,
No.
yes.
you
Yeah,
could like
both of them.
you could have different types of vehicles or characters with different, like you could have a speed type, a fly type, a power type,
Yeah.
and then you could get alternate tracks depending on what type you have. So you could take like
Oh.
different shortcuts. So like it'll say fly and you go to the left and then you go off big ramps and then you go like fly through the sky or something, or power you like bust through
Yeah.
walls. Like I love stuff like that, and having
Yeah,
those
dude.
options would create a little more variety with like customizability too, which I think could be super cool.
Yeah, that's a good
That'd be
idea.
really cool.
I like that. I also really like I mean, I assume just because you guys have played all these other games that I have not, and are also racing games in a way. You guys play the SSX series at all?
Oh
Like
yeah,
that? I love
it's
Yeah.
tricky.
SSX. Is it 3 or 2? I think it's 3 that I had for the original Xbox. Is probably one of my favorite sports games and racing games of all time. I think it's incredible. I think it's one of like the most perfect sports games ever. But EA and EA Big made lots of those, and with like EA and then Midway and like those style of games that just don't exist anymore, which is unfortunate. But
Mhm.
those games,
Yeah.
like snowboarding games more specifically, I guess, have those races where it's, I mean, some other racing games do too, but those ones stick out to me, where it's just from A to B. You know, you're not doing laps. You're
Yeah.
just kind of going down the hill. In this, you could just go from A to B across, you know, a track that's made, you know, in the middle of the ocean or something like that. And that could be cool
That'd be
too.
cool.
Yeah, kind of a
Yeah.
similar thing where it's like maybe the track itself isn't changing per se, but you're not repeating yourself. So like adding those types of tracks could be kind of, and it doesn't have to be like super complicated. It's just a different setting and one that like changes as you go kind of thing. So
It makes me think of in Tony Hawk's Pro Skater when they have downhill jam. Like it's just fundamentally
Yeah.
different than everything else,
Mhm.
and you're going downhill constantly.
Mhm.
It's kind of a cool breakaway from just a normal format of running laps.
Exactly. It doesn't have to
So,
be a mode
yeah.
even per se, or it doesn't have to be like every 2 races. That's what you do. One out of every circuit, you know, one out of every like 5,
Yeah.
you can
And
you
give
can
us
have
a
one of those.
boost.
Yeah,
Give us a boost. That
There-
would be dope.
There's a boost
That
in
would
the
be
Game
really
Boy one.
cool.
There's a boost in the Game Boy one.
Yeah,
I
get
wonder
like
if there is in the
rocket shoot out.
GameCube one.
Choo.
Yeah, this is me doing stunts. I terrible.
You
This is
almost
me.
did a stunt.
I was just like going like this at the joystick. It's just
Yeah.
like wee. All
It's
that
like you have
arm.
to whip
Yeah.
it. You have to
Like-
whip it good.
And I could never come in first. I tried for about 20 minutes and I was like, okay, I came in second. And every time the voiceover guy is just like, you almost got it, or something along those
You
lines.
almost did it.
Yeah, you almost did it. And I'm like, ah, shit.
Oh. For the sequel on the GameCube, you can pick up turbos and stuff, but there's also like different weather conditions as well. Like of
Oh, that's
course
cool.
waves, but then there's like rain. Damn, that's really, really cool.
That would be very cool. Yeah, I got to check that out. I mean, I don't have a GameCube, but I can, you know, obviously there's ways to play it.
Oh,
Um,
man.
Oh yeah.
but that would be cool. Now that I played this, you know, another thing too is like I think this is kind of perfect to be. This is one of those games that really works well to be on the Switch Online, because you don't have to spend a ton of time playing it to get the gist of it, and then you can kind of go back and play a circuit or play a race or whatever. What is that? What are you pointing at? I can't
Is
see.
that your
Like,
GameCube?
Oh, that's your
Going back.
GameCube. Oh,
It's one of them.
oh, one of well,
Yeah.
yeah, sure, yeah.
I just wanted to say I have a spare.
You have a spare? That's nice.
Yeah.
Must be a
I
like.
play my good old black GameCube that I've been running since I was I don't know, 10 or
It's
however
an
old it was
OG.
when I got the GameCube.
It's an OG one. Yeah.
Oh yeah, they're all. I only buy the OG ones because they have the digital ports on back.
Oh yeah, I
The
forgot.
digital
Oh,
ones.
well,
Oh
my
yeah.
OG SNES is still running from '93. I think is when I got
Damn,
it.
dude.
Is it
90,
yellow?
it's not yellow. There was no,
Impressive.
but it's definitely not the color it's supposed to be. Like
Yeah.
it's faded and stuff. Yeah, but
It's
no
not
no
off-white
yellowing
anymore.
Yeah, yeah. It's
That's
definitely not
cool.
not the shiny gray. It's all dark gray, but no yellowing. But it would. I've seen like videos online and stuff where like even though it's that, you can still clean it and it'll look sharper and look new and stuff. One day I want to do
Yeah.
that. I like the look of
Well.
that console. I know some people prefer like the Japanese one, the Famicom, but I like that one too. So
Super Nintendo looks fine.
yeah, I like
can't
it.
complain.
Yeah, exactly right.
I mean, it ain't no Sega Genesis, but
I like the SNES better. I like the way it
no,
looks
I think the SNES actually looks cooler.
better. Does it? Yeah.
Because Genesis kind of harkens back to like Atari days. I feel like it looks
Mm.
more like traditional home console, whereas the SNES is just like
It's just pop it in, baby. Pop it in and flip
looks-
the flip
special.
thing.
Flip the flip.
Yep.
I always forget that it had like the
power
middle
switch
the
thing.
middle eject button. As a kid,
Yeah,
we would
dude.
just
Oh,
pull it.
yeah.
You just pull the game
Yeah.
out. So you never use that. Like it's probably a good idea because it's less likely to probably damage your cartridge. But as a kid, you're not
Yeah.
doing that shit, man. You're just taking that thing right out.
I've got fucking places to go and Lunchables to eat. God damn it. I'm not wasting any fucking time.
Mom said it's lunchtime. I gotta go.
These Dunkaroos aren't going to eat themselves. Eat
Oh,
selves.
man.
Hell no.
Dunkaroos.
White icing Dunkaroos or the chocolate ones?
They have chocolate
I-
ones.
Yeah, they did.
I only remember
I've
the.
never had that.
Yeah, they had them for us.
I
at
only
least.
remember the white ones.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Ooh, I
Oh, this isn't just a me thing. Okay.
Okay,
I've only,
yeah,
I've only had the white ones. I've never had a chocolate one. That
yeah, it
sounds
was a chocolate
dope.
one. I mean, I prefer the icing ones. But yeah, we had that option. And also like we had ones that were very similar, but they were the little like honey graham bears. Did you guys have those growing up?
Yeah.
Teddy Grahams?
Teddy Grahams, that's it. Teddy
Yeah.
Grahams. They had
Yeah, we
those.
had those.
They started making when Dunkaroos got popular. They started putting those in like Dunkaroo containers
Oh,
and like having their own version of that as like competition.
interesting.
Yeah,
Okay.
and they had like icing and stuff. So it'd be like a Teddy Graham that tastes like honey with like chocolate sort of icing or whatever it was considered.
All right.
Yeah.
Let me tell you what
That
I
sounds
love.
good.
Yeah, it was good.
There was Keebler Elf, like, like elf fudge cookies and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Keebler Elf, they
dude.
made little s'mores ones that were like
Ooh.
you could
I
build
know
your own
those.
s'mores. And then graham crackers, a
Yes.
small bar of chocolate, and then like marshmallow sauce.
Wow, that sounds
And
great.
I loved just caking the thing with marshmallow sauce, eating it, and then like licking the marshmallow sauce out of the little package. Like
You have to.
it was the best.
Yeah,
it
you
was
have
the
to.
best.
At that point, you have to do it. You can't just let it sit there. You gotta do something with it, right? So
What the frick? You just did a handstand.
Yeah, that's one of the moves that
Going
I
back to the
looked up.
game.
It's one of the moves I looked up. It was something about like you have to press A and do forward and back or something like that in the midair, which
That was
is
awesome.
it looks cool, but then I get all these points and I still come in second place.
Yeah.
It's like you have
Wow.
to have like this perfect run. And I'm like, how the hell am I supposed to do this? I played it for a bit and I'm like, okay, yeah, I'm going to go back to racing.
So you're one of those people that actually puts your initials in?
Okay, so yes, I always do. I always that's another thing too. And this reminded me
For
of
me, there is one name that goes in a 3-letter slot.
AAA.
And I
Ass.
bet you can figure it out.
Is it ass or is it just AAA?
Yes.
No, it's oh, that's a good point.
Yeah.
I guess there's two names that it could be.
It's either a car service or it is your rear end. It's one of
Yes,
the other.
exactly.
Oh my god. No, I do. You know what it is on that? I got used to always doing it because one of the cool things about my initials is that, and I want to do this when I have a kid too, is that I want to see if I can make their middle name. I don't. What is it? What is it when is it chronological? You know what I mean? Where it's in order. So when I would have to put my name in an arcade when I got a high score, like for example with this, when it gets you to like calculate your score,
Okay.
it was D, and then I would just move over to J and move over to P. I wouldn't have to go like A to
Oh,
S over to P.
Yeah. You want to have to zigzag. You just go down.
I just go down the
Just
alphabet.
down.
Oh.
And it was always satisfying. I don't know what that is. I don't know why that's a thing, but I was like, fuck yeah, my initials have that.
Dang.
So I don't know. That's one of the reasons why I do it, is because it's easy. It's easy.
Okay.
Yeah, it's easy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like doing asks because it's funny. I just chuckle to
Yeah.
myself.
Yeah.
I'll die halfway through Metal Slug 3 and then punch it ass and I'll be like,
Everything's
That's
okay
always
now.
fun.
Everything's all good now.
yeah, dude.
You know, this game is very arcadey.
Yes.
We didn't really talk about that, but it's very home arcade, which is something you typically see from Sega, I feel, a little bit more than other companies.
Yeah.
So it's kind of a cool 64 title for that reason, I think.
Yeah, and
Oh,
I think the sound, the music, the announcers, all that stuff plays to it as well. And that's one of the reasons why I think the Hydro Thunder thing sort of popped up in my head too, not just because it's racing on water, but all those things kind of felt like if you put this in an arcade, you could put quarters into this thing and people would play it. You know, play a race for 50 cents or for a quarter or something like that. And I think it would work.
Surprised it wasn't.
Me too. When you really think about it, I would easily put a couple dollars of quarters into this and play a few races with friends. Even if it was 2-player and the computer was the other two, I would do that.
Yeah.
I think it'd be fun.
I would easily put a single dollar in and
Yeah.
play and then quit and then go do something else like Hubert.
Hubert, dude.
And then go get my ass kicked at Mortal
man.
Kombat or something.
I love Galaga. It's a great game.
Galaga is a good
Galaga's
game.
good.
Yeah, Galaga is one of the classics, man. That's one of the really good classics in my opinion too. I like that. Our arcades around here were not very good, so they were
No.
at movie theaters, and there was like one standalone one. By the time we were like 8 years old, it was gone. Like it was just past. Unfortunately, it was just past its time. By the time the mid '90s came around, this was here. So this is what you played instead, right? Obviously.
Oh yeah, for sure.
You know.
Yeah, we
And
just played. Go ahead, dude.
Oh, I was just gonna say, and then the arcades, like, they started stepping it up, and they're like, "Oh, well, you actually sit on a jet ski, and wind blows in your face, and you."
Yeah.
Yeah, dude. Yeah, we had again another Iowa thing. It's called the Pizza Ranch. It's a pizza place which has a buffet.
Nope, we're gonna stop right there because I freaking love Pizza Ranch.
It's so good. It is so good.
I miss it. I'm from Wisconsin, and we had Pizza Ranch. I love Pizza Ranch. You go there,
It's
and it's
awesome, dude.
it's like I guess you compare it to like a CC's or something. Like it's like a pizza buffet, and you go in and they have all sorts of pizzas made. But you go and you'd be like, "Is there any pizza you want?" And you're like, "Mac and cheese with like cheese stuffed crust or something." That was very specific. That's what my brother always ordered. Actually, it
With
got a
some
little
fried
much for me,
chicken?
but I love it.
Yeah.
Fried chicken is good, dude. And I would go in and I would get like they have soft serve ice cream. So I would just immediately go put soft serve ice cream in my cup and go put soda in it and make a float. And it was a good day every time you went to Pizza Ranch.
Damn, that sounds amazing.
Dude. Oh my
was
God,
awesome.
Dave, come on down to the Midwest, my man. Oh, they have this breakfast pizza, or not breakfast, this like dessert pizza that'll blow your fucking blow your fucking
Cactus-
vibe.
Dessert
Cactus bread?
pizza.
Yeah,
Or
it's
cactus.
like
No, that not cactus. Is it cactus? It's
I
the
think
cinnamon
so.
one, right? Is that what
Yeah,
you're talking
they
about?
also have blueberry and they have
Yeah.
cherry, they have apple. It's like this like crispy crust with like a glaze drizzled on it with like cinnamon and sugar and like little pie fillings basically. Like they
Son
have
of a
cherry
bitch.
and like blueberry.
I was gonna
Dude,
say
oh my
it
God.
sounds like a pie. Like sounds like
Basically,
what would be
The
a
one
pie.
is like
yeah.
is like the like if you ever had like an apple crumbly pie, like with the
Love
crumbles
apple
on top.
crumble. Apple crumble.
That's what it is.
Yeah.
And they have an apple version and they have just a cinnamon version and it's
Shit.
oh man, dude.
Oh.
Shit.
Yeah,
And
dude.
these places still
Dude,
exist?
I
They're
miss
still
it
around?
so much.
Yeah. Yeah, I can drive like 20 minutes that way and go to one right now. Like a live stream
Oh,
myself
I
eating
really
some
miss it.
pizza.
I mean, I really don't
Yeah.
trust getting it across
Face.
the border, but if you go,
Oh,
I will pay for the postage to get it here.
I don't know about that one, man. I think it
Probably cost me like $65 just to get it across the border.
Oh God.
like you're probably better off just getting a plane ticket and flying out and
Yeah,
trying it.
yeah. It's like us when people want to go to concerts or especially like sporting events and stuff like that. It's cheaper to sometimes drive to like Buffalo or to Pennsylvania to go to the concert than to pay for it here because it's so friggin' expensive.
Really? God
Yeah,
damn.
dude, it's nuts. It's insane sometimes.
Dang.
But
Closest one. Oh man.
it's so
It's
disappointed.
a whole state over from me.
Ah, shit.
I'm from Wisconsin, but I moved to North Carolina, so now I'm just like,
Damn.
ugh.
Everybody makes
Dude.
mistakes.
Dude.
Uh,
What the fuck is it called? It's from Wisconsin. Culver's. Culver's is like
I still have
the
Culver's.
shit.
I still
Yeah.
have Culver's.
I
Culver's.
still have it in North Carolina, dude. Hell
Where
yeah.
you go, it's good. It's
Yep.
Consistency.
oh man, it's just a burger, a good burger place.
Like
They just
fucking smashed with like butter and shit, or however they do it. The butter burgers.
they call it a butter burger, and it's just great.
Bread
And they
and
have
Yep.
bread and butter.
deep fried battered cheese
Basically.
curds.
Yep.
Oh,
Cheese
man.
curds.
Oh my god, this is gonna
What's
kill me when I look for these places next time I go down.
Dude, you know what I did? I would take a burger, and this is at Culver's. I still do it. Take a burger, you open it up, right? You order some. They have like melted cheddar cheese. That's like, it's like nacho cheese, but it's better. It's like
Because it's actual cheddar.
it's actual cheddar.
Or quote unquote cheddar.
you put that on. Oh, it's from Wisconsin. We don't mess around, okay? I can
That's
say
true.
about our
That
cheese.
cheese
About our
heads.
cheese,
Yeah.
it's legit.
Yeah, cheeseheads.
And you
Yeah.
dump-
I got you.
You dump that cheese on the burger, and then you can put some deep fried cheese curds on top. And you seal it up, and
Sorry, what do you do? What was that?
Delicious.
What do you...
like a corn on the
Little
cob, I guess.
typewriter.
Yeah, typewriter. Yeah. Ting.
I know.
I love how we had the same idea. Ting, ting.
I know we're supposed to be talking about Wave Race, but Dave,
Oh, yeah.
what's the best fast food in Canada that you've come across, or in your are they provinces? Is
Here,
that what
watch
they're
this.
called? Not
Yeah,
states, but like
provinces.
I'll connect it, okay?
Yeah, please
What's
do.
the best food you could see yourself eating while riding one-handed on a jet ski?
You know what?
there you go.
Okay, so I don't frequent fast food all that much, like I
That's
used
not
to.
what we asked.
I know,
Understandable.
but the problem with that is like if it's like a place
True.
that just arrived, I wouldn't even know. But I know you guys have these two. Five Guys is really damn good.
Oh yeah.
Five Guys is really good. There's also like a couple of like, what the hell's it called now? It's like I think it's actually specifically like a Toronto thing. What the fuck's the place called? But it's another burger joint where you get like multiple patties for like a really good deal, and it always just like tastes fresh.
Yeah.
But I will say there's one place that I don't think exists anymore. When we were growing up in high school, we would go during our lunch. The one guy who had a car, we'd go to this place called TC's, and it was a Greek fast food place. But they served,
Ooh.
but they served really like big burgers and had like a huge thing of fries on the side, all made like not burgers out of the freezer, but like handmade burger things. And you'd get this amazing sort of handmade fast food, if that even is not an oxymoron. It probably is. And it would be, I don't know, at the time it was like $9, which is like
Nice.
unreal now and unreal for a kid in high school too. So if I would go to anywhere, if it still existed, it actually would be like a 15-minute walk from my house for where I live now. If it still existed, that would be the one burger. Or if I could hold the whole tray with all the fries, because the fries are really good, I would do that while riding my jet ski.
Hell yeah.
The fries are the best part of Five Guys because they like fill the bag no matter what.
And they're good
size you get.
fries, right? Sometimes you can get the burger and the fries are just kind of like, yeah, whatever. They're afterthought, which is for me. I don't love McDonald's fries. I know a lot of people love them, but for me, they're just kind of like, they're right.
For me, they're the standard. They're like, that's what you strive to be, and if you can be better, great. But if you're worse, I'm just gonna get McDonald's fries.
Yeah, that's fair. That's fair. But I don't expect anything exceptional out of them. But they're always consistent, I guess, is probably
Exactly.
that's what they're going for. That's the McDonald's thing, I guess, right? So
Let me tell you something. You go to
They
Five
just
Guys.
exist.
yeah, they just
Get, like-
exist.
So you get a milkshake, right? And you can get it with the Oreo bits in it, right? You can get like
Ooh, I haven't
Oreo
done
bits.
that.
I just discovered you can also get the Oreo cream, which is separate.
Oh,
You can get both of them injected into your milkshake.
Oh my
Dude.
fucking god, dude.
Dude, I'm telling you, try it. It's
liquefied
life-changing. It is
Oreo cookies.
life-changing.
Yeah.
Just put that in an IV and call me dead. It's fantastic.
God
It's a
damn.
good way to go. It's a good way to go. It sounds worth it.
Death by Oreo.
Death by Oreo.
Oh man.
All those newspapers in the water, dude.
Yeah,
That's
right?
cool.
Also, I just ran into a box in the last lap of the last race, which
It's a beautiful,
screwed me up.
game.
So,
It
yeah.
actually is a really pretty game. Like the graphics are really good.
Yes.
The water looks good. The models look good. Like look at this compared to Pilot Wings. I mean, Pilot Wings, you were a cylinder, and this you're a full human on a
That's
jet
true.
ski. It's
yeah, you know
amazing.
what? That's a good point because it came out at the same time. They were essentially
Pretty much.
launch titles. This for sure is a much more complex and better looking game for sure. Well, maybe not complex in different ways. I guess you could call it like.
Oh, I mean, I think the water. I think so many games struggled to make water look this good, even
Now?
GameCube era.
Even
You
now.
know?
Yeah.
I'm gonna say now. Now it's Unreal Engine. You slap a coat of paint on it.
Play
looks
Sea of
fine.
Thieves, and you'll probably have the best water.
That's what I was
yes.
gonna get to.
It's the best. It's so
It
good.
is. It's so beautiful.
Yeah, it reacts well, and your ship reacts well to it. It looks amazing whether you're on top of it or in the water. Like it's
Yeah.
great. Yeah, that's the standard to me.
It is
that
the
game.
new standard. It is beautiful.
Yeah, and
This
it's
is- this-
amazing.
yeah.
This has to be the standard for N64, maybe even like PS1, because like just based off of memory, Mario 64 just had it was just like opaque blue, like it was
Yeah.
just blue, just there. And I can't think of any PS1 games where you swim, but I guess I'm thinking about Croc,
Mhm.
and that's probably also blue. I can't recall any games that had water that looked like this, and
Yeah.
it's
There is none. I mean, speaking from going through like every Rare N64 game, which arguably the later Rare games are probably some of the best looking games in the console.
Yeah.
Water never looked this good. Like
It
this is
It
this
would
is
just
the
be
best
blue and be a
water.
little bit see through, like a little bit transparent.
Yeah.
Or it would be
If there
blue
was
and it
a
would just have like
waterfall.
yeah.
It might like have some motion in it, and that makes it look a little better, I think. But
Yeah.
not just like wave physics and
That's the
It just
thing. It's not
fine.
just the way it looks, it's like the way that all the physics work with it too. Like that
Yep.
matters. It is
Mario 64. The paintings when you jump in
Oh.
and like the metal
Yep.
for that is how this water looks.
Yeah, it
but
looks
it's-
like
but the water itself-
what's it called? Is it the T1000 in Terminator 2? Is that
Yeah.
what that's what going into those paintings looks like in Mario 64. That's what I always am reminded of. It's
always
that's what it
love
looks
that.
like.
fucking
Yeah. What's his name? He walks through the bars. Is it T1000? Is that what the bad guy is in T2?
I'm pretty sure.
I think it's T1000. Or is that what Terminator
Yeah,
is
the
called?
liquid
in that?
metal.
Yeah, liquid metal. Yeah, exactly. Which also at that time was
I'm
like
pretty sure it's Steven.
it was like groundbreaking technology to make that, which was kind of what this game has. This is the
Power
the
management.
T2 of the N64. That's what this is.
Boom.
Terminator
T2 of the N64.
T2 of the N64, Wave Race 64. Boom, put it on the
Yeah.
box. Okay, so we're all hungry now. It's late at night, but we should probably
Very.
just go get some fast food instead. Aaron, I want to say thanks for coming on the show, man. This was a blast, and thank you for teasing me with really good fast food that I will probably almost never get a chance to have.
That's fine, man. Thank you for having me on, and also indulging me with some Canadian goodies that I'll have to check out if I ever happen to cross the border over there. Someday. I mean, I've watched enough Handmaid's Tale to know that someday I'll have to go to Canada for I don't know if Jiggy has ever seen Handmaid's Tale, but it's pretty fucked.
I haven't
It's pretty fucked. It's all filmed in Toronto, and a few of them are the fancy houses where they live and stuff is like
Okay.
15 minutes from me. It's like down the street.
Oh,
Yeah.
nice.
It's
Fire up Hulu. Watch
yeah.
Handmaid's
Yeah,
Tale.
it's a
I
tough
will do
watch,
that.
but it is a very good. It's very good. It's a very tough watch, but it's very good.
But yeah, thanks for having me on. Though.
Yeah, no worries. No worries. Handmaid's Tale. Yeah, it's fucked up, but it's good. Yeah, no worries, man. Jiggy, what's been going on lately for yourself with the YouTube channel and everything? How's it all going, man? How's it all going? You busy man?
Oh, it's going great.
Good.
I'm just chugging stuff out. I'm just
Yeah.
working hard and putting stuff out as often as I can. Took a weekend off, and now we're back at it. And the next game on the docket, I'm not sure when you plan on having this released, but I'm sure people will be able to see it. Defending Shadow the Hedgehog.
Ooh,
Hell yeah, dude.
nice. All
Okay.
right.
We're
Okay.
defending
Down for that.
damn game.
Defend that shit, man. Yeah.
Damn.
Those analyzing videos and what Jiggy's been doing at Jiggylookback on YouTube has been great and have been doing very well lately. So keep up the good work, man.
Subbing right
it's been
now.
awesome. Yeah, do it, buddy.
Subbing right now.
Right now. Other than that, I always forget to do this at the top of the show because I'm just terrible at what I do. But patreon.com/remember64show. You can support us there. As little as $1 a month, you can always get episodes early, extra content, help us pick games that we're going to play next. And I'm also putting up free stuff as well. So you can join Patreon for free, even if you don't want to toss any money the way, and that's totally fine. There's free stuff that will also be going up there, sort of like a one-stop shop of things that will be reviews of games that are not on the N64, polls, and just reminders of when posts go up and stuff like that if you do subscribe for free, if that's one of the options you want to take. So that's where you can find it. And of course, Remember 64 Show across social media as well. Pick a platform. I don't care what you call it. I'm out there and trying to keep up with it, even though it feels like a full-time job sometimes.
Yeah. And you
Feel
gotta
that,
go,
man.
you gotta go click the little rating thing on whatever you're watching it in. Just give it a little heart. Give it a 5 stars. You don't need to think about it.
5
Just
star,
go
yeah.
max
Power.
max power, like Wave Race. Let's do it. You don't want to miss any of those
Pizza
markers.
Ranch.
Get 5 full
Pizza
send.
Ranch. Salad bar, Pizza Ranch, 5-star.
Oh my God. All right. What Jiggy said. How about that? What Jiggy said. And what
Yes.
Aaron said as well. Okay. Thanks guys for being here. Thank you everyone for listening. We will talk to you next time on Remember 64. Goodbye.